What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about having Mars conjunct your partner's North Node in SYNASTRY. With this SYNASTRY between the Mars person and the North Node person, the Mars person and the North Node person feel the strong sense of attraction towards each other. There can be a very magnetic pull in this relationship between the two of them. And the relationship can feel like one that is very much a destined kind of encounter between the two partners. And it is one that's going to feel karmic, and there's a sense that the relationship between them is meant to be, in spite of anything that happens between the two of them. There is going to be that sense of experiencing growth, transformation, and a lot of intense emotions between the Mars person and the North Node person. When it comes to having this aspect between the North Node and the Mars person plays a role in the North Node person's life that is almost like the Mars person is motivating the North Node person towards their life purpose, their bigger goals. And being in the presence of the Mars person for the North Node person can feel very motivating towards making changes and being able to go after those bigger goals. And the Mars person can have an effect on inspiring the North Node person to see where they need to change or transform in their lives to be able to get to their life purpose or get to being able to actually achieve their ultimate goals. And the Mars person also kind of gives the North Node person this determination and encouragement when it comes to being able to fulfill and reach their goals, and even to make certain changes in their life that will be needed to be made in order to get to reaching those goals and getting to a place that lines up with their life purpose. The Mars person feels very drawn to the North Node person. They're very attracted to the North Node person and feel that the North Node person has a very fascinating, or they're very captivated by the North Node person's life purpose or their potential, and they feel like it's a very unique path that the North Node person has that they are to follow. And it's this recognition of untapped into potential in the North Node person that the Mars person feels like they can help the North Node person with. The Mars person sees the potential in the North Node person and feels very inspired and very captivated by the North Node person's own goals and their own aspirations. And the Mars person feels that they can be the one to help the North Node person when it comes to being able to get there. So they do feel like they can assist the North Node person with their assertiveness, with their drive in being able to kind of catalyze the process of the North Node person being able to reach their goals and get to where they want to get to as far as life purpose. So they take on that role of being a motivator to the North Node person on their journey of personal development. But the North Node person can be in resistance to making the changes, or be in resistance to having to step out of a comfort zone when it comes to being able to go after the goals and the aspirations that they do have as far as their life purpose and getting to their ultimate goals in the way that the Mars person has in mind. So this can challenge the Mars person who wants to be able to take action and who wants to have an influence on the North Node person being able to kind of step out of that comfort zone for the sake of being able to reach and take action towards their goals, which can make for some impatience in the Mars person and even frustration. And so ultimately, the Mars person is pretty much falling in love with the North Node person's potential of what they can be, where they can get to. On the other hand, the North Node person can have mixed feelings towards the Mars person, where in the beginning, the North Node person can feel very drawn and captivated and even very fascinated by the Mars person and their fiery personality, and feel even very inspired by the Mars person. There can be a very strong attraction between them, and this magnetic pull between the Mars person and the North Node person can really also kind of draw the North Node person in and fascinate them about the Mars person. And the Mars person's assertiveness and their sense of drive is something that the North Node person can find very intriguing, and they can feel very inspired by this about their Mars partner. And the Mars partner also has a way of being able to kind of push the North Node person to take action and make necessary changes in their life, which is also something that the North Node partner can really appreciate about their Mars partner. But as time goes on, the North Node partner can begin to feel as though they are overwhelmed by the Mars partner, almost like the Mars person is being too pushy of them and being too forceful of them when it comes to being able to confront their limitations, and when it comes to pushing them to step out of a comfort zone. Because the North Node is a bit more of an unfamiliar territory, it can make the North Node person feel a little bit uncomfortable or like they are being pressured by the Mars person. And the North Node person can run early on or at some point in this relationship because of that feeling of being pressured or being pushed into an uncomfortable zone, when it's like they're being pushed against their limits, and feel like the Mars person is being very demanding or very pushy of them to constantly be pushing the limits of their comfort zones and trying to get to that potential that the Mars person knows that the North Node person is capable of. The Mars person's energy can be experienced as being very intense to the North Node person, and so this aspect will require the North Node person to be very open to growth and be willing to embrace the changes and the challenges that the Mars person is going to be bringing to the North Node person's life. Because the Mars person is going to be somewhat of a catalyst to the North Node person's personal development and their overall transformation. But if the North Node person is just not ready, is in resistance to the Mars person's energy, the Mars person's energy can make the North Node person feel overwhelmed. And with this aspect, there is that strong magnetism between the two partners, which can lead to intense emotional conflicts or clashes, especially when the North Node person prefers a more stable, steady, and gradual approach to being able to move forward and moving towards certain goals, and the Mars person may want to be able to take action in a way that clashes with the North Node person's comfort zone. And this can lead to some kind of friction between the North Node person and the Mars person. And the North Node person realizes that it might take more work or more effort than what they may have expected going into this relationship with the Mars person. And there's a constant push towards growth and change for the North Node person. And this can be something that is challenging to the North Node person, or it's a lot to handle when dealing with the Mars person. And with this aspect, there may be a need for being able to respect each other's boundaries, and also opportunity for being able to experience transformation when it comes to being able to step into the North Node, which can heal old beliefs and can also mean the growth of the partners both in this relationship. We often become very comfortable with our South Node, which is representative of our past patterns and the past way of behaving. And with stepping into the North Node, this requires us to kind of break away from past, more familiar behaviors and patterns and embrace new ways of being, changes. And it can feel very unfamiliar, and it can also feel very uncomfortable. It may be an important thing for the North Node person to honor their own needs and to be able to honor their own pace in this relationship with the Mars person. And for the Mars person to kind of create an environment where they are encouraging and supportive of creating a nurturing environment for the North Node person. so that they can both thrive and find that balance with this relationship, which is an opportunity for transformation for both of them. Because the Mars person can be competing with the North Node person's fear of the unknown, or their fear of failing, or feeling like they are unsupported, or even just their feelings of external pressure and the fear of breaking away from the familiar comfort zone and the conditioning that they could have been brought up with when it comes to being able to make necessary changes on the way to getting to that life purpose or end goal that they have. Well, that does it for this video on having your North Node conjunct your partner's Mars in Synastry. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to this channel for more videos. Well, that is where I love and leave you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye guys.